It happened in a flash, a moment so sudden that the world could hardly process it before disbelief turned into shock. Charlie Kirk, a voice known for his fiery passion and unwavering political convictions, was gunned down in front of a live audience. The shooting was as public as it was devastating, unfolding in real time before cameras, witnesses, and supporters who could only scream as chaos broke out. What began as another stop in a cross-country event quickly transformed into a national tragedy that would haunt millions. America had lost not just a political figure, but a man whose influence reached far beyond the stage he fell upon. News of the shooting spread like wildfire. Social media exploded with disbelief. Hashtags, live streams, and desperate prayers flooded every corner of the internet. But while the world reeled, one woman's life changed forever in the cruelest way imaginable. Erica Kirk, Charlie's wife, was at her mother's doctor's appointment when the news broke. The day had been ordinary, mundane, even. She had watched a video clip moments earlier of Charlie greeting the crowd, tossing out hats with that same charismatic grin that defined him. "It started," she'd said with a smile. Moments later, her phone buzzed again, but this time, it wasn't a moment to smile about. When she answered, she heard a trembling voice she would never forget. "Charlie's been shot," her friend and colleague Mikey said. "He's been shot. Get the kids, get security." Time stopped. Her body went cold. The phone nearly slipped from her hand as she tried to make sense of what she had just heard. Her legs gave out beneath her. In the middle of the parking lot, she collapsed, the weight of those words crushing her. Around her, the world moved on as if nothing had happened. But for Erica, time itself had shattered. Within minutes, the world knew. Television networks interrupted broadcasts. Online forums turned into echo chambers of fear, anger, and heartbreak. For those who admired Charlie Kirk, disbelief quickly gave way to mourning. The communications director for Turning Point USA, the organization Charlie had founded, asked the nation to pause. A moment of silence and prayer was held across events, gatherings, and digital spaces. No matter one's beliefs, everyone understood the gravity of what had happened. It wasn't just the loss of a man. It was the loss of a symbol, a movement, and a voice that had shaped an entire generation of political activists. For a brief moment, hope lingered. Maybe he could survive. Maybe it wasn't as bad as it sounded. But reality soon crushed that hope. Charlie had died instantly. The bullet hit with such precision that there was no suffering, no pain, only a single instant separating life and death. Erica later said she took comfort in that knowledge. "He blinked," she said softly, "and he was with the Lord." It was a sentiment that revealed not just her faith, but her strength, a strength she would need more than ever in the days that followed. When Erica landed in Utah, she went straight to the hospital where Charlie had been taken. The atmosphere was heavy, the air thick with grief. Police officers, doctors, and colleagues stood frozen, their faces pale and eyes hollow. One officer gently tried to prepare her for what she was about to see. "You might want to wait until the mortuary," he advised carefully. "You don't want to remember him like this." But Erica's resolve was firm. "With all due respect, sir," she said, "I want to see what they did to my husband. I didn't get to kiss him goodbye this morning." It was an act of love and defiance, one final gesture of closeness to the man she had built a life with. When she finally stepped into the room, she was met with a sight that broke her and comforted her all at once. Charlie looked peaceful, almost alive. His body was still warm. His eyes were slightly open, and a faint, knowing smirk rested on his lips. "He died doing what he loved," she said later. To her, that smirk was more than a coincidence. It was a message. It meant peace. It meant purpose. It meant that even in death, he was victorious. "You thought you could stop what I built," she imagined him saying. "You thought you could silence this movement. But you didn't get my soul." In that room, surrounded by silence and grief, Erica understood that her husband's work, his mission, would live on through her and through those who believed in him. But outside those hospital walls, another storm was brewing. The video of Charlie's assassination began circulating online. Millions watched and rewatched those horrifying seconds. Erica couldn't bear to look. She refused to let her children see it, either. "For people who enjoy watching that," she said, her voice trembling, "what if that was your father or your brother? Life is fragile. Why waste it watching something so evil?" It wasn't just a mother's plea. It was a moral outcry against a world that had become too comfortable consuming tragedy as entertainment. Investigators soon began piecing together the events leading to the shooting. Charlie had been answering a question about transgender violence when the gunfire erupted. To many, the timing felt too precise to be random. "Do you think it was a coincidence?" she was asked later. Erica didn't hesitate. "I don't believe in coincidences." Her words hung heavy in the air. Though the investigation continued, her conviction was unshakable. Her husband had been targeted for his beliefs. As the case gained national attention, so did the vitriol. Online, critics mocked the tragedy, claiming Charlie had it coming. The cruelty of such words added another layer of pain for a grieving family. Erica could have responded with anger. Instead, she chose grace. "Why would anyone waste their time saying someone deserves to die?" she asked. "That could have been your parent, your spouse, your loved one. You think it's funny until it's someone you love." Her calm dignity became a stark contrast to the hatred surrounding her, turning her into a symbol of compassion and resilience amid chaos. Even late-night television wasn't immune to the controversy. Comedian Jimmy Kimmel came under fire for making light of the assassination. Though he later sent a note expressing regret, Erica refused to engage. "We're grieving," she said. "If you don't mean it, keep it. That's between you and God." Her faith guided her through the noise. While the nation argued, she focused on her children, her community, and the organization her husband built. In interviews, Erica admitted that the hardest moments come at night. "It's the silence," she said, rolling over and realizing he's not there. The empty side of the bed. She speaks to him sometimes, telling him about her day, keeping his memory alive in her heart. She's read books about grief, tried to understand the unimaginable, but she says she has never been angry with God. "He uses everything," she said, "even the enemy's actions." It's that faith, the quiet, unshakable kind, that keeps her standing. Despite everything, Erica says she feels safe. "What can they threaten me with?" she asked. "Going to heaven sooner to be with my husband?" It's not recklessness, it's peace. She believes her time, like Charlie's, will come when her mission on earth is done. Until then, she plans to keep his legacy alive, raising their children to be strong and fearless, just as he was. "We didn't live in fear," she said. "If we did, we'd never have gotten anything done." Through it all, Erica's message to the world has remained the same. Choose grace over hate, love over anger, and purpose over fear. The assassination of Charlie Kirk wasn't just a loss for one family. It was a mirror held up to society, exposing both the compassion and the cruelty that coexist within it. It reminded us that words have power, that ideology can divide, and that unchecked hatred can destroy lives. But it also showed something else, the power of love to transcend even the darkest acts of violence. In the end, Erica's story isn't just about grief. It's about resilience, faith, and the courage to stand in the face of unimaginable loss. Her husband may be gone, but his influence, his message, and his mission continue through her strength. And perhaps that's the greatest legacy of all, that love and conviction can outlast the very forces that try to silence them. If you found this story insightful and want to see more in-depth true crime reports like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button for future uploads.